Greetings and welcome back to ARK on Ragnarok. Alright, so I think this little base here is pretty much what I want for now. So it's time to start thinking about the future. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the future, get to work, indentured servants! Dance for them! Dance for them all, or they may eat you. Well, some of them may eat you. Tina over there is definitely looking hungry. Yeah, I did set up a trough for them over here, which is convenient and yet annoying at the same time because troughs basically kind of make the area static so nothing regrows or anything like that. And if you haven't seen it, you can go up to a trough and show the feeding range, right? And as you can see, it's actually kind of large. But the thing about it is, what it means is that any one of my creatures, if they were in the vicinity, would be covered. They'd be able to eat out of it, you know? Doesn't quite reach the water, a little bit there, but... yeah, I was thinking what I might do. First, let's turn that off. What I was thinking I might doing is take my hand at... basically getting some beavers, try doing the old training thing here. Bring them over, maybe like 2 or 3 or something like that. And see if I can get them to actually make me some dens, you know? Here, where is, here, let's take Willow for a moment. I was wondering, could I wall off an area around here, you know, including the water? Because if you look at the water is kind of shallow most of the way here, you know? So, I'm wondering if I walled off the area, put a couple of them and let them roam, would they make me dens? You know, if you take stuff from dens of your own beavers, they don't attack you. At least, ideally speaking, that's what I've heard, at least. So I was thinking of that because I really like a source of cementing paste and other things that didn't put my life in danger. You know what I mean? They didn't put my life in danger. Okay, so, yeah, like I said, I'm thinking about the future, and what it is I want to expand out, but I also would like something like what I had when I did my first playthrough on the island, the perch. The perch was very useful because it was near the volcano, and I could just go over there, get metal, drop it off, let it cook, turn it in ingots, which means it'd weigh less, and it was a good central place. Another thing is you keep a bird there, you know, some kind of flying thing, and a bed in case something bad happens, and maybe you're a little closer, you know? I mean, the one thing about this base here, as you can see I have it marked off, it's pretty remote. So I'd like to start moving over towards the center, and maybe down a little bit. Eventually, I really want to get over to the far right on the upper side. I understand that's kind of a cool area. The desert area is in the bottom on the right, so eventually we'll probably end up there. I have no experience in surviving in the desert, so that would be kind of interesting. I don't know if you can make the desert wear in this one. I guess we'd have to see, because I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them but I haven't actually checked the Ingrams too much. But anyway, what I want to do is I have my eyes on a spot, and there's a couple of reasons for it. So why don't we just... Well, is there an airdrop over there that I can grab? Because that'd be kind of useful. Yeah, I do know that Willow would be better for traveling, but I'm bringing Tweety in case I run into problems. And another thing, of course, is he can carry stuff for me. And that's a purple. All right. There are some good spots over here that are fairly safe for the drops, and there are some that are really not safe. Hold on a second. Let's just see. Oh, there's a cat. There's a couple of cats there. Okay. Hi guys, how you doing? How's it going? How's it going? You wanna come over this way? Okay, there were like 4 of you. Okay. Have a nice swim. You guys aren't following me, right? No, you're having a nice swim. Okay, so they're back up on there, but I gotta be quick. Alright, is those gillies? Okay, hold on. Or is that a blueprint? Hold on a moment. Okay, those are blueprints, but those aren't bad. I would need organic polymer. Now, where would I get that from? I got a silencer too. I already have a silencer. Yeah, I know a good place to get some. Matter of fact, I'm going to be picking some up. I had some organic polymer, and I couldn't figure out what to do because it was rotting quickly. And then I realized, down here, I can make a canteen. Right? So, I mean, that's, if I do run into that situation, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I do seem to require a haircut, which is actually kind of useful because, okay, don't do that. Because that's actually where I've gotten my fur armor from first. Here, where is it? This one here and this one here. Yeah, you get it. You can get that from pelts, but I'm having trouble getting pelts at the moment. You know, the problem is you have to go into cold area in order to kill the things that have pelts. Funny thing, animals in desert regions don't usually have pelts because, you know, they don't need them. Things in cold areas do. But the funny thing about it is, if you cut your hair on a regular basis, you know, human hair can be used to make fur armor. Who thought? Anyway, so I'm heading over this way because I have kind of a plan here. That's interesting. Aren't those like the desert water sources? I think they are. I don't know why one would be sitting up here, but interesting at least. I think you can put a well on one of them. I think you can do that. I've seen some videos of scorched earth, by the way. Anyway, what I'm looking at is this over here. There's a little peak over here, and it has like a path wrapping around it to get up to the top, but you can easily block it off. Now, it's got a couple of good things going for it. So this, I'm not thinking about this in terms of a base. I'm thinking about this in terms of like a little outpost, you know, like I had on the perch. And I'll call this the pillar. And what I would be doing with it is just picking up stuff and maybe turning metal into ingots and collecting other stuff, because it would be a lot easier than just running all the way back each time, you know? I might even make a fabricator over here if it became something that was useful, because I am closer to the ice region over here, and I think that might be the only place I can get oil, so I can just turn that into gas or something else. Alright, so this is the thing. There's a thing that wraps around it here, and I believe it goes to a bridge. Hold it a minute. See, it runs around and around, and then it goes out over here. And I think that there's a bridge over there. I don't really care as much about what's going on down here, to a degree. Right, so I think this is the way you actually get up there. And there's a pool over here. You know, there's actually bugs over there who bother me, so I'd rather not be over there. I mean, they're a decent source of chitin, I suppose, but they're just kind of annoying at the moment. Right, so then you get into this thing and you go around. There's actually another layer down here, but not really what I'm interested in. Okay, so what I am interested in is what's on top. And that is a pretty large flat area with only one way up, right? So here, just like pop down the ground here. Yeah, so what I was thinking of, one would be an outpost up here, right? So let me just... So there's only one way up, and I figure maybe here put like a big wall and a gateway so I can walk stuff up here, right? And then just uses a little like location for getting stuff and bringing stuff around, because there are things in the area that are actually quite interesting. Another thing that I want is, the reason for the large area would be a big old cage, just like I have at the hobby hut, the other area. As a matter of fact, why don't we just kind of mark this one on the map here? Hold on a minute here. Besides, the view is magnificent. Yeah, you have to have a couple of stories. Maybe like a little tower or something like that. That's an interesting idea. As long as I don't take space away from the cage, right? Alright, so I think that... Let's take a look here. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm not getting the little me thing. I mean, I should be getting the little me thing. Okay, but we can see we're at 4128. Yeah, the decimal point isn't really necessary, so I'm going to hit P. And I'm going to go 41. It doesn't take decimal points. 28. I'm going to make that green, because I'm going to call green the bases, you know? And we're going to say this is the pillar, right? We're going to call it the pillar. Kind of a pillar, right? Okay, so you can see where I am right now. So that gets me a little further down, but it does get me access to some interesting stuff. All right, now what I want to do is I want to put that back in there. Right. Okay, and I want to get something to drink and a little bit of eating. Okay, so let's take a look around and see what it is I'm talking about. Right. Now, the problem, of course, with taming creatures is, hostile ones, is something we've seen already. They kind of fight. They do. They don't kind of like it. The little Rolly one, Rolette, really didn't have a problem until I started pumping darts into her. She was kind of mellow about it. I'm guessing that the beavers would probably be the same, so I could probably take them up to that other one. It's a long trip, but I don't see making a local cage or something like that. Yeah, it just seems like too much effort. Besides, I want them over there anyway, so I'd have to carry them, right? But over here, what we see is... This is a swamp area. It just looks a little weird at the moment. I'm guessing there's some kind of a weird weather condition going on. So we'll just kind of point down here. Oh, by the way, along this path is something else if you see directly underneath me. Yes, this does seem to be a spawn for some Mr. Smileys. So I wouldn't mind getting a Mr. Smiley. Certainly wouldn't mind that. They do seem to be a bit prevalent. See, you can see there's another one down there. Is that another one? No, that's an iguanodon. Actually, I wouldn't mind getting that one too. I would have to be very careful because there are multiple ones, so that's something to consider. Something to consider. And since, there is a path, I can walk him down somewhere, But if no other reason, just to have one for fun, right? All right, speaking of fun, yes, actually not fun. Swamps. There are certain creatures in the swamps that I had in my previous playthrough, and some that I didn't have. A couple that I would really like to back. For instance, we just saw one right there. All right, so let's see for a second here. Okay, can you even out? Can you even out? Because I don't want you going anywhere here. Okay, can I see him? Okay, you got your wing in the way there. I can't see him. He's around here somewhere. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't let you zoom in and out. Oh, he's behind me. That's the reason. Where is... Okay, frog alert. 36. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing to that fish? You monster! Okay. If you just kill him and eat him, that's one thing, but doing that is just wrong. Alright, but you can see you have the typical... I'm going to call this Swamp Beach because, it's just terrible. You got boas on it. You got sarcos on it. It seems these big guys are the only ones who are really safe. Right? I think that is a... hold it a minute. Can I find a nice place to sit down here where I'm safe? All right. Okay. Ooh, I hate when they do that. They jump you in a direction that you really didn't want to go in. All right. Let's take a look at what we got here. I think that was a baryonyx. Right. What level are you? You're 99. Ooh, that's kind of nice right there. Who are you? Oh, you're 11. The little guy. The little guy's 11. Those are... I had one of those in the... late in my gameplay. I really didn't get a chance to utilize it very much. Now with Sarco... Okay, frog. What level are you, Froggy? Okay, you're a little far away. Okay, what level are you? 99. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So those are three things I would kind of be interested in. The frog's a little dangerous after all, though, because he... is that a Sarco? Yeah, Sarco. Oh, you're going after the frog. You're a big old meanie. You're a big old meanie. Yeah, I think these guys are the only ones who are really safe around there, because who's going to pick a fight with him? Yeah, the little pig guy is in a lot of trouble right now. Okay, yeah, there's a team working on him. Oh, well. Welcome to the swamp. You should have gone up there in the Plainlands area, way up there. You would have been safe. You know what I mean? So anyway, you have a swamp, and it's got a lot of interesting things. It's got a lot of dangerous things, too. But that's what I'm thinking of. If I have a local cage, that way I stand a better chance of being able to befriend one of them, right? All right. Yeah, Sarco would be terrific. The problem is that in this situation, not really. First of all, you can't pick up a Sarco because he's very large. If I got one, I might walk him over to like over there or something like that. It's just that swamps are so dangerous. If I could lead him into a trap or something, I might consider it. There are other places I'm sure you can get them. Anyway, that's one of the reasons I'm considering this. Now, another reason I'm considering this is back to resources. Along this hill, I've been looking along this hill. It does take a while to get there. There's a lot of metal. There's a lot of metal. See, actually, right there, you can see a little bit of metal. But there's actually large chunks of metal, like sections of rock like that. You can actually see some more there. It's at the, you know, the copperish stuff over here, right underneath me, right? See, there's a bunch actually right there. There's a bunch of that in sections along that wall, you know, and it's safe enough. I don't actually see any problems. I guess there could be something walking off that wall, but you know what? I'd always have Tweety nearby, because Tweety's going to be carrying it for me. Because Tweety's very good at carrying metal and such like that. But of course, there is a more specific thing that is in the vicinity that I would be very interested in being near. So let's just head back up here for a moment. Of course, originally there was a bunch of obsidian spawns right along here. I don't know if they're ever coming back. That's the reason I'd probably build over as far as I can, just in case they might respawn or something like that. But they're nice, but they're not really that necessary considering what I have in mind. All right, just getting the resting here. All right, let's go. Okay, because there's kind of a little bit of a, I wouldn't go as far as to say secret. I'll just say kind of a little treasure cave. Right, there's a treasure cave way down here on the beach. Now, the beach down here is actually kind of safe, which, considering how close it is to swampy area, is kind of interesting. But I'm sure you'd have to keep your eyes open, because you never know when something could wander over, right? I mean, if I could get a Sarco, is that technically swamp down there? It might be. I don't see anything. But something could always wander over, especially like a Sarco. Sarco could wander over there. It'd actually be a really good place to tame one because, like I said, you can see you've got trikes down there, and there's dodos down there and such like that. So, kind of safe area, kind of a safe area. And also there's some metal on the beach right there too. See, there's metal on the beach. What do we have over here? Okay, most chops and the little trainer dudes who give the experience. More dodos, pretty safe. Also, there's a lot of wood here, right? I'd probably build a wood structure since there wouldn't be any purpose in building anything else. Okay, so let's just take a step back for a moment here. Right, so let's see. Right about there. Okay, so right about there. All right, so let's just park Tweety here, and I do appear to be safe. Okay. Wow, that looks like a solid wall. It's not really. Now, I'd really like to be able to do the top. Can I jump up here? Unfortunately, you can't jump when you're in water here. Can I can't get up there? You know what it is I would like to be able to knock out the top, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this to get flint. Flint is actually kind of useful, so I'm going to get flint. Yeah, there's a cave back here. There's a cave back here. So what I'm going to do is, while I'm swimming, I'm going to try to get, because I don't want to do stone more than the flint. The reason for that is because I don't want to be weighed down. Because this is probably going to take a little while, because that's a big stone, right? Okay, there we go, there we go. All right, can I get this one too? Right, so, I mean, obviously I found out about this cave, right? Little bit of research in terms of what I should be doing from this point on, and resources are kind of important. So, okay, there we go, there we go. Let's just take a step back for a moment. Because we got these, oh wow, we got a nice little cave in here. Yes, we do. Surprise, surprise. So I'd like to be able to knock those other ones out, but it's not entirely necessary. All right. The reason I say that is because this should work. Okay, there we go. And down. Okay, so we have ourselves a nice little cave here, which is very far away from where I intend to build, which means that this stuff should be spawning back. Okay, so we got a lot of metal here, which is good. Nice little concentrations of metal. Is that good stuff there? Okay, cool. A second. I'm probably going to have to put some stuff down here so I can't put anything down. Unless I put it down and then pick it up again. I could do that. Okay, is this something here? Okay, that's obsidian with metal. Okay, it's a nice blend of obsidian and metal, isn't it? It's actually kind of equal. I haven't seen anything like that before. But you know what? That's actually giving me a lot of stuff. Wow, that's actually kind of cool right there. All right. And you can see there's metal there. There's metal over here. I think this is more of what I just got before. Yes, it is. And this is just not really there. And we got more over there. We got another one of those little chunks right here. Is this something? I don't think it exists. Hold on. Nope, it doesn't exist. Ooh, what is that? Is that like serious metal? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I can come back here with Tweety and grab lots of stuff. So you basically load up over here and then bring it over to a place nearby to turn it into ingots. And as I said, maybe even make another fabricator. Or I could always relocate the fabricator that I have if I wanted to, because it is Structures Plus and you can pick things up in Structures Plus, as long as it's empty, right? So we got some more metal, some more of that metal obsidian stuff there, and around there, and some more up here. So as long as I don't build anything here, it should all spawn back over time. And you got another big chunk of that stuff over there. Hold on, can I get up here to these? Can I get up here? If you build, though, what happens is it kind of restricts the area, you know? Yeah, there's more of this stuff, right? Yep, that's kind of cool right there. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in this cave that you can just basically grab and then eventually wait for it to come back. But as I said, there was other things around too, you know, along the sides of the mountains and things. Besides, I do need to start moving away from one shore, don't I? All right, so let's just... Okay, so this weighs 32 pounds. No, it doesn't. It weighs 16. This weighs 54 pounds. No, it doesn't. It weighs 27. You can have that too because I have a lot of it. That's stone? Stone? Okay. And stone. Boom. Okay. And of course, as you can see, now I can just fly right back in. I would like to have gotten that other stone out of the way, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. And of course, like I said, there was stone on the beach over here. And that is kind of cool right here. What is that? Okay, that's just regular stuff. But there's not stone on the beach. There's metal on the beach right there. So if I have myself a little forge up here, I could turn that into ingots. So that is what I'm actually going to do. And I don't mean here, I mean way up there. Way up there. Although I can sit up here for a moment for a nice view shot, right? Boom. So I think that's my next project. My next project is going to be to build a little outpost up here and probably construct another cage, which means I'm going to need a lot of stone and stuff. But then again, Roulette can help me with stone. I'm going to have to see about wood and things, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I really could relocate that other cage, but like I said, with my plans for beavers, yeah, I think that I'm going to probably leave that one in place. I can always relocate that one later. You know, I don't actually know if stone pieces are actually reduced in the ones that reduce stone. In other words, if I put raw stone into him, it reduces the weight for him by 20%. If I did it for Roulette, it's 75%. Just stone, though. Although I don't know about... I think it's just stone. And I don't know if I make a stone wall, does that reduce? I might just have to carry the raw materials and then just construct it on the spot. I'll have to experiment with that. So anyway, like I said, there's a swamp nearby. I can get certain creatures that would be useful to me in the future. You know, start building my legion. And of course, the good part about it is that since I can carry them, I can bring them anywhere I want to go, right? So let's just go back up here. It'll be, you know, I haven't seen anything dangerous in the top loop up here. it seems that they only stay to a degree over here, and then a little bit over here too. Right, like that one right there. But higher, I haven't seen anybody getting any higher. Like this top one. I've only seen trikes up here. Okay, is that a packy? That's a packy, I believe, right? But like I said, all I need to do is to make a wall. Make a wall and a big old dino door. I'm thinking right there. You know, right there. Take it all the way across and put a big old dino door here in case I need to walk something in or walk something out. But basically, it should be kind of safe. I mean, I don't see anything getting up here that would actually be a threat to a stone wall, you know? And then I can use this location for gathering and taming. Yeah, it's going to take a while to build, but shouldn't be that big of a problem. Like I said, there's plenty of trees around, right? I would want to make like a... do I want to make a stone foundation? I don't know if I want to waste stone on a situation like that. Now, the cage has got to be stone. Obviously, the cage has got to be stone. But, I mean, the thing about it is I can make the little outpost itself wood, because the one I had on top of the perch was completely wood. I could also use it, you know, maybe go down and kill some creatures and get meat and cook it up here. Basically, just a little central location anyway. Like I said, so what we currently had, where is it? All the way over here. The hobby hut is way over on the side. Very useful, but you know, it's pretty far to the west and the north, right? So I do need to start moving around. I want to have lots of outposts. I think this one is kind of useful, and I think it's something I should work on. And that is what I'm going to do. So I don't know if I'm going to exclusively work on this first, or I'm also going to deal with my beaver issue. I am going to have to wall off a certain area, because I don't know if they're going to wander away, if they're going to stay in a certain area or something. I'd kind of like to limit it, but I like to give them a lot of room, though, you know? And the water is shallow, but you never know. Something could wander by or something like that. I just want them to be safe and things like that. And you never know. There was a T-Rex down there, so he might wander towards the water. So I don't think I put a huge wall there, but maybe just something to be a little bit discouraging. There was a scorpion and might be raptors in the area. They could walk off of the thing, so I'd like them to be safe. If I'm going to invest that much in my beavers, I want my beavers to be safe, right? And I want them to make me dens so they can make me stuff. I don't know if that's going to work out properly, but you know what? We'll try, won't we, Tweety? We'll see what happens. So anyway, I got lots of things to do, and you're probably going to be seeing some of those things in coming videos. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya!